Hi guys. Today I am going to talk about Taiwan, so let's start.
If you give me a dead motherfucker calling me James Lee without that collar that I need to reap with the black hood on the said young slug with the blood red slab up and massive bodies hanging on the thread.
At present, the nation of China is represented by two separate authorities, the Republic of China, commonly referred to as Taiwan, and the People's Republic of China, in mainland China and commonly referred to as just China. During the aftermath of World War II, infighting on the Chinese mainland resumed, with the Republic of China government, established in 1912 as the successor to the Qing dynasty, relocating to Taiwan, and the group led by Mao Zedong, creating the People's Republic of China. To this day, the PRC has control over mainland China, while the ROC has control over Taiwan Island, the Penghu Archipelago, and minor islands Kinmen and Matsu, while each government claims sovereignty over the whole of China. Simply put, the PRC claims Taiwan to be part of the PRC as it believes itself to be the successor state to the ROC, which it views as losing the Civil War, and the still present ROC, on Taiwan, views the PRC as an illegal state currently occupying the mainland of China. Read more about Taiwan's response to the COVID-19 outbreak. As each government claims there is only one China, known as the 1992 Consensus, pressure has been put on the international community to choose whether the PRC or ROC is the sole representative of the Chinese nation. At present, the large majority of the world has official diplomatic relations with Beijing while still retaining economic and cultural ties with Taipei. Please be aware when visiting Taiwan you will not have embassy or consular protection unless you hold the passport of one of the 15 countries that have diplomatic relations with the ROC. That being said, most countries have economic and cultural exchange offices which serve as unofficial embassies, providing most consular services. Countries such as the United States provide consular services in Taiwan through a non-profit organization called the American Institute in Taiwan. 8 officials are appointed by the U.S. State Department in a manner similar to other embassy staff, according to the Taiwan Relations Act, which categorizes Taiwan as a country for U.S. government procedures, and provides defense assistance in the event of a military altercation with the PRC. Abroad, the ROC is most commonly represented by the Taipei Economic and Cultural Office, TECO or TECRO, and is commonly referred to within international organizations as Chinese Taipei at the behest of the PRC government. So, back to the question of whether Taiwan is part of China or not. Taiwan is part of its own definition of a democratic China under the ROC with Taipei as its capital, and not part of China under the definition of the PRC in Beijing. Does this mean Taiwan is independent? Yes and no. The government operating on Taiwan is a self-sustaining, fully functional, democratically elected government unrelated to Beijing with its own economy, currency, etc. Whether or not Taiwan is an independent country is a very large gray area which cannot possibly be covered in the scope of this article. However, it is important to note that Taiwan has been governed separately from mainland China since 1949 when the ROC government relocated to the island after military defeat by the Communists, and locally governed since the 1980s, as opposed to politicians from mainland China who fled to Taiwan. What's most important for visitors to understand is that visiting Taiwan from the legal and visa standpoint is that it is different from mainland China. Laws are different. Visa regulations are different, and that Taiwan offers visa-free entry to many countries. Unlike the PRC, customs regulations are different, and Taiwan uses its own currency, the new Taiwan dollar, NT dollar, code TWD, and not the renminbi or Hong Kong dollar. What do Taiwanese people think? Since the Republic of China is a democracy, the people living on Taiwan have the right to form their own opinions with regard to politics and elect leaders which represent their interests. While the majority of Taiwanese will identify as a Taiwanese national at the moment, this does not necessarily signify their allegiance or resistance to their current situation of colonized rule by the ROC. Many Taiwanese feel Taiwan is already independent, in the sense that during the over 70-year rule of the ROC on Taiwan, The ROC has transformed into a fully local Taiwanese government with zero influence from Beijing, especially when considering the loss of rule over the mainland of China and the fact that most citizens of the ROC are Taiwanese or have immigrated to the island and assumed residency there after the cessation of Japanese rule. Where can I learn more? Chinese history and China as a nation has existed for over 5,000 years. It is impossible to ignore the subtle cultural and historical influence upon the current political situation. If you really wish to understand the situation, try learning more about Taiwan Island's history, and its development through each colonial rule, Dutch, Spanish, etc., until the present. And that was the video. Goodbye.